Principles of Muru'ah, Noble Morality, based on Ibn al-Qayyim's Madarij as-Salikin. Rule 1, Muru'ah is required by Shar, Islamic Law 1. Definition of Muru'ah. Muru'ah is not just about good deeds, it also includes abstaining from lowly or shameful actions. In action, fil, it means doing all good deeds in words, behaviors, ethics, and practices. In abstention, tark, it means avoiding disgraceful or dishonorable actions, speech, character, or behavior. 2. Evidence. Every proof of good character is a proof for Muru'ah. Good manners, generous behavior, high aspiration, encouragement of lofty deeds, any tradition or teaching that raises one's ambition or excellence is part of Muru'ah because improving your deeds is part of being noble. 3. Why it matters. Muru'ah is essential for a believer's spiritual development. For example, Muru'ah of the tongue, speaking with soft and kind words, avoiding harsh arguments, minimizing blame or demands, sometimes forgiving mistakes instead of insisting on full recompense. Muru'ah in forgiving others, honoring elders, protecting the dignity of peers, good generosity with wealth, helping others without showing off, doing good quickly and sincerely. All these are expressions of Muru'ah. Thus, Muru'ah is a sublime and general virtue. Rule 2. Muru'ah is with oneself, with others, and with Allah. With oneself. A person should have noble morality in his private life. He should guard what he does in solitude, not do things in private that he would be ashamed of publicly. He should constantly supervise his soul to maintain dignity, self-discipline, and self-respect. With others. When dealing with people, one should be polite, modest, and kind. He should not show behavior that he hates if it were done to him. He should respect others, be caring, courteous, and avoid arrogance. As the Prophet ﷺ said, none of you is a true believer until he likes for his brother what he likes for himself. With Allah. The highest form of Muru'ah is how a servant treats his relationship with Allah. This means being humble before him, feeling a kind of holy shame, haya, when thinking of Allah, watching and working to purify one's faults, especially in private, out of respect and reverence for him. Rule 3. Private Muru'ah leads to public Muru'ah. A person who cultivates noble behavior in private, secretly, by refining himself, avoiding shameful actions even when no one is watching, develops habits that manifest in public. This internal training becomes a foundation for outward noble behavior. If someone disciplines himself in secret to avoid greed, for example in eating or other desires, this humility and dignity becomes natural in his interactions with people. The idea is, morality in secrecy reflects in morality in public. Ibn al-Qayyim gives practical advice, e.g. restraining greed when alone, being modest even in solitude, preserving one's dignity. These practices help a person be genuinely noble when others are around. Rule 4. A noble person benefits from association with both the virtuous and the flawed. If you are a person of Muru'ah, you benefit from mixing with people who are complete in virtue because their goodness rubs off. You learn from their wisdom, good manners, knowledge, and character. You also benefit from associating with people who are flawed or morally weak. By observing their flaws, you see what goes wrong in poor character, how vice harms them, and you can learn to avoid those character defects. But one must be careful. Learning from others' flaws should not become contempt or arrogance. Respect remains, even if you learn what not to do. Rule 5. The highest Muru'ah is between the servant and his Lord. There are levels of Muru'ah. The highest is that between the believer and Allah. This means feeling deep humility before Allah, wanting to be noble in His sight, and fearing to be seen by Allah in a state that displeases Him. Ibn al-Qayyim explains that since Allah rewards generously, one should give to Allah one's best work, not cheap merchandise. One should strive to purify and perfect their acts of worship, not send Him shoddy deeds. In short, true muru'ah demands excellence in worship, because Allah is the generous and just recompense. Rule 6. Muru'ah is a desperate need in our time. Today's world is dominated by materialism. Many of the virtues and high morals have weakened. Many people are satisfied with merely doing the bare minimum of religious obligations. They neglect higher virtues, generosity, selflessness, dignity, and moral excellence. There is a need, especially in this age, to revive muru'ah, resisting cheap or base behavior, cultivating generous character, rejecting arrogance, and promoting dignity in both men and women. Scholars and people of virtue are especially responsible to uphold this virtue because it protects society from moral decay and helps individuals maintain their spiritual dignity.